Ciao everybody, welcome back. Beautiful location for you today. You're watching Vietnam Steve in Exile, and today I'm in the Torres Strait. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Thursday Island, where I am today, and show you some of the sights and sounds of the island early in the morning. So I've got a couple of things I'm doing up here. Came up yesterday. Takes a full day to get up here from Brisbane, Australia. It's a couple of thousand kilometres, and 2 flights with a 2-hour interlude in the middle, and a bus and a ferry. So without further ado, I'm going to take you down to the water's edge, and let's get into it. So all right, so first things first, back down under, loving it sick, and getting out and seeing a few friends and colleagues. Come up here with a colleague of mine yesterday, and you might know in my recreationally employed retirement that I do some online work. So I've got a new customer. We're having a face-to-face meeting today, but then after that it's online meetings forever, so I can do them from Vietnam or wherever I'm located. The Torres Strait is right up at the north of Australia. So if you imagine a map of Australia, it's got the pointy bit on the right that goes right up. Well, once you leave the mainland and get yourself heading towards Papua New Guinea and Indonesia, you're up here. The big island over there in the background is Horn Island. That's where I flew into. That's where the airport is. And then we get a bus to the ferry and a ferry across here. And I'm staying at the illustrious Grand Hotel up there, one of those rooms looking straight out at the water. But needless to say, it's beautiful. The temperature here last night was 25, and we're heading for 27 today. Everybody thinks the beach looks good, and it does, but this is crocodile country, so don't plan swimming anywhere here. So yesterday's journey started at about 6:30 in the morning. I left home in my car. I took the car to the airport and parked it at the airport, and then jumped on a plane to come up here. Got a bit of a walkway I'm going down here, and they do tell me some history of the Torres Strait on the ground. So I'll have a look at these as I go along and tell you a little bit about the Torres Strait. Let's spin you around so you can see what I'm actually looking at. We might go that way there. Okay, we might go and see if we can go around. I've got the face tracking on, so it doesn't like it. Anyway, 1606, so that's 400 or 500 years ago. Luis Vada Torres was the first to navigate the Torres Strait. In 1864 up until 1941, it was a large local pearling area, and then some missionaries arrived in 1871, and the island here was established in 1877. So it's a fairly old place. The Japanese came in 1879, and I'm actually here doing some work with the Torres Shire, the local government here. This one tells me that they were founded in 1903. The islands were evacuated, or this island, Thursday Island, was evacuated in the war, 1942. And in 1943 they had their own battalion stationed here. So very, very historical place for Australia, and very, very historical place for people that live here. This island's quite small. Horn Island is a very large island. This island is quite small, and so no airport here, and we all come across on a little ferry, on a boat. So, got to the airport, had an 8:30 flight, got me to a place called Cairns at about 11. So 2 and a bit hours to Cairns, flying. Then I had a 2-hour wait. And then another 2 hours from Cairns to Horn Island. So it's a long trip to get here. We then had about an hour's wait and took a local bus and ended up on a ferry, which brought us over here. Probably about 30 people on the ferry. See if I can whiz us around. Here we go. So that little fellow that's difficult to film, that's the sort of ferry that we're on there, that little fellow there. And as you can see, the barge going past in the background. Now that barge is the only way we get supplies up here, so things are quite expensive. Everything comes in via that green barge out there. So it's expensive. I had a beer last night. Beers in Vietnam are $1. Beers in Thursday Island are $7. Dinner in Vietnam's $2. Dinner at the hotel here is $30. The ticket on that little white barge that's coming across there's $35 each way. So if you want to go over and back to the airport to pick something up, it's a $70 charge. But that said, we're in a very, very nice place here. So we are quite remote here, even though we feel that we're close to Papua New Guinea. We're still about 550 kilometres from Port Moresby, and that said, we're about 3,000 kilometres from Canberra. So 3,000 kilometres from the capital of Australia, 500 kilometres from the capital of Papua New Guinea. And although it is a long way to the capital of Papua New Guinea, of course this strait here, at its narrowest point, is only about 6.5 kilometres apart. So I hope you're doing okay. As you know now, I'm down under for a month or so. So you'll get a few of these spasmodic varts in my travels. I've been to a couple of places last week. I've got a couple of places this week. Next week I've got 7 places I'm heading to, so I'll try and get one of those on the film for you. But if you ever do get a chance to come to Australia and you go to Cairns, it would be worthwhile coming up to Thursday Island, just for the historical nature of it and also the beauty of the place. So I always think about the cost of living in places like this, because everything comes in by barge, and so I don't think it would be a cheap place to live. I think petrol's, which is gas, is double the price of Brisbane. It's about $4 a litre up here, I think. These are all Australian dollars, so some of you get confused when I quote numbers. I'll quote Australian dollars, and then that'll give you some homework to Google that up. It looks like I'm going past a little lunch bar here, so I might drop in and see if I can get a coffee. But it really is magnificent out there. All right, I'm going to run over and get a coffee, then I'm going to walk back the other way. The other side of that dock is an Australian warship, so we'll see if we can go and get some filming on that. And also I'll tell you a little bit more about my journey to come here, because it's a day to get here and a day to get home. I'm home at, I'm leaving at, on the ferry at 1:30, I think it is. I'm leaving the council here at 1 o'clock, and I'm getting home at 9 p.m. So that's not a bad journey, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Got some good facilities here. We've got some outdoor play areas. A lot of government agencies up here, being the outpost. Part of the issue here is, of course, housing availability. We don't have a lot of houses. People tend to leave, but we have most government departments represented up here. I'm walking past agricultural, fisheries and forestry, And then we've got Australian Fisheries Management Authority, AFMA, that's a nice one. And plenty of people out and about at 6:30 in the morning. All right, coffee done, now I'm late. So, tell me if you've been somewhere that's sort of 3,000 kilometres from your capital city and you're still in the same province. That's, well, not the same province, Canberra's not part of Queensland, but I think it's about 2,500 kilometres up here, 2,000 kilometres, so it's a fair hike. And the trip is long and arduous. Looking forward to meeting some of the people that live and work up here, because a lot of them fly in and fly out. It's a hard place to live permanently. Not sure how large this island is, but you could look at it on the map. Thursday Island is quite small. I've just gone past a cultural centre. I better get off the road. And really like to get out and explore even when I'm in exile. If you've got some ideas of things you'd like to see up and down the east coast of Australia, let me know. I'm travelling up and down the east coast for the next month or so, and I'm sure I can stop in and show you the XYZ pie shop or something like that. For those of you that are expats, I'd love to know, when you go back on your visit to Exile, back where you came from, what it is that, what do you do? I mean, you see family and friends, do you go out and see the sights of your local area? Do you travel your own home country? Or you are exclusive traveller outside your own home country? Are you scared to travel in your own country? Let me know in the comments where you like to travel in your home country, but also where you'd like me to travel. As I said, next week I've got 7 places I'm heading to, so I'm pretty sure I could get one of those on the camera for you. This place is tropical. Down in Brisbane, where I came from yesterday, it's 15 degrees, feels like 11. Up here we're just sitting on 25 to 27 every day. Can't see where I'm going, I've got the sun into my eyes. I'm back to Vietnam next month. Got the trip booked. Before I do that, I'm heading to Perth. I'm going to go see my father. Going to Perth, which is the other side of Australia, it's almost the same cost as going to Vietnam. So that'll be an interesting trip. All right, let's have a look here. So out here we've got the front line of defence for the Australian Army, Navy, whatever. And don't know if you can see that one, but he's just sitting out there waiting for an alert. Maybe an apple's floating down the Torres Strait and we don't want an apple coming in. All right, well that's the foreshore at Thursday Island. Just letting you know that I'm still alive. I'm going to head back up to the Grand Hotel now because I'm starting to crack a sweat. I'm going to change my shirt and get ready for the day. I forgot to say, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next one.